picking up where we left off here for this video, we made a circle around this point, okay? I'm stuck with this circle, so we're using that lovely thing right here, okay? And then what I'm doing now is if this line is too long and this doesn't hit, we're going to extend the line out so it will. So from these 2 points, we're drawing our 2 half circles, okay? So sharp point on this intersection here, all right? And we're drawing our half circle this way. And then we're switching to the other intersection point right here, right in front of H, okay? We're going this way. And then we're going to draw the line through where the 2 circles are intersecting right there and right there. All right? So you guys can see that. Okay, let me see if I can turn this light down a little bit. Oh, that's better. Okay? For the one that's off the line, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw a circle, this time still around C. So there's my circle, and it's hitting these 2 points right here. Okay? So if we want to call it D and E, we're going to draw a circle D, and we want the radius to be just more than half of the length from DE. So, okay, switch to point E here, do the same thing, and then right where these 2 lines are intersecting, these 2 circles, we draw a line down the middle, and that's perpendicular this way. Okay, this is the construction for any altitudes we want to do. We're going to follow that same method for construction here. Okay. All right, switching to the next page. And okay, angle bisector. So nice and easy. Sharp point goes right on the vertex of the angle. Okay, swing an arc going through the angle. You can make a whole circle if you want, but you only need to see the 2 parts where this intersects here and here. So from these 2 points, okay, we're going to draw another circle, all right, around this point. So sharp point there, okay, circle goes out this way. I'm switching over to the next point, okay, intersections right there. Drawing another circle out this way. Where those 2 circles meet, which is right here, should be the middle of our angle, and then we draw a line going right through the intersection, and there's our angle bisector. Okay, so it doesn't matter, same thing. Circle here, find the 2 intersections, 2 circles in the middle, and you'll meet there. Okay, number 18, we're to copy the angle. So the first thing I'm going to do is right next to this one, I'm going to draw a ray going out to the right. All right, and then we're going to start the same way we did on the last one. We're going to draw an arc that cuts through both sides of the angle. Okay, or the whole circle, it's up to you. Right now I'm stuck using this because it's going to be way too big. Now I'm going to pay attention to this point right here and this point right here. I'm going to take the exact same radius that I used for this circle right here, okay? And I'm going to draw the same circle around this endpoint for the ray. So my sharp point is right here, okay? And I'm drawing the same circle around here, all right? Now, I want to pay attention to the point where this circle intersects the ray, which is right there, all right? And just so we're certain, I'm going to bring this down. So you can see right here is where this is hitting. Now, I'm going to draw a circle around this point. That's my center. And the radius is going to be the distance between these 2 intersections right here. So if you want to call these points, let's say A, B, and C, circle A with radius B to C. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out this radius right here. Okay, a little hard to do with this lovely paper clip we're using, but we're going to draw a circle, okay, around this point. Get back it up. All right, and we're going to do the circle around here. So if you can picture what the circle would look like, okay, so you would have something that looks like this, right? And we want to have the same circle over here. Terribly drawn. I can't draw that small circle with this thing. It's just not working, but you get the idea. Where this circle intersects here, I'm going to draw a line through the intersection. I'm headed out. If I were grading this, I'd take a point off because this is obviously not a circle. So be careful with that one, right? Head over to the next page. Line perpendicular to BC going through A. So this is essentially an altitude. So remember the steps. Sharp point on A. Draw a circle that cuts through both sides of the angle here, okay? we're paying attention to these two intersections right here. I'll label them D, E, and E for our talking purposes. You don't have to do that on your test, it's up to you. I'm then going to draw a circle D with radius more than half of DE, okay? I'm going to draw a circle E with the exact same radius, okay? And I want to figure out the 2 points where they intersect, and then I draw a line right down the middle to those intersections, okay? Same thing, make sure you're using a straight edge. If this line is not straight, and it's like one of these, you can see I'm getting these wavy things, you're going to lose a point, okay? Construct the midpoint of BC. So we need the perpendicular bisector, so we're going to put sharp point in C, we're going to draw a circle around it. Radius has to be more than half of BC, okay? Now I'm getting something like this. It comes off weird. I'm just going to erase the part of the circle that I don't want here. Okay, so if it happens to you, it's okay. You can erase it. All right, I'm going to go over to circle. I'm going over to sharp point. That's now going to go on B. Okay, and I'm going to draw a circle around B with the same radius. All right, and then I'm going to locate the 2 points of the intersections of the circles. I'm going to draw a line that goes right between them. So this point right here is essentially our midpoint. Okay, I need to connect point A to that midpoint. Now the line may be the same line. Actually, no, I'm stopping. That's it. The median would be from A to there, but that's my midpoint. So that's all I have to do. Okay. This question, number 21, is just like number 19. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Altitude from A to BC. So that means I'm starting with my compass on point A. Okay. I want to extend it, the compass, so it goes past line BC, and I'm going to draw a circle around it. If your circle's too big, remember we talked about in class, okay, just extend that line out so that you can hit it twice. Compass point on the intersections of the circle A and line BC, okay. Make sure your compass length is more than half. You're going to draw your two circles, okay, and then where they intersect, all right, we're going to put our line right through the intersection points. All right, this line from A all the way down to where it hits here, that's my altitude. If you continue the line out and it goes past this, that's fine. I need to see where it's intersecting the both points in the circles though. Remember, we need 2 points to draw lines. We want to see that going all the way across. All right, 22, bisector of angle ABC. We just went over this, but pay attention. ABC, we're looking at the middle letter, it means we're doing angle B. All right, so compass point on B, all right, circle that goes through the angle, all right, paying attention to these 2 points right here, and then we're drawing our two half circles now. So here, hold on, let me get it right on here, okay. So we get down to the other intersection point, okay. All right, and then where this circle intersects, and make sure you see the other intersection here, okay. Line down the middle, and there's your angle bisector, all right. Median to side BC. So first thing we need to do, remember we talked about this class, perpendicular bisector, find the midpoint, and then connect A to that midpoint. If I take my compass, I open it up more than halfway. Now, this is not going to reach more than halfway. So I'm just going to do, instead of BC, for mine I'm doing AC, okay? So I'm going to connect B to the midpoint. And it's only because my paperclip, aka compass, isn't long enough to make this reach. But the procedure is the same. Half circle or circle around A, okay? Same circle around C, where the two circles cross. Do a line down the middle, okay? All right. Locate the midpoint, which is right there, and then I'm going to draw a line from the opposite vertex. So here it's B. Yours should be from A, okay? Straight across, and that's my median. All right. Copy angle BCA. We already went over that one, okay? You don't have to copy the whole triangle. You just need to copy the angle, okay? So BCA means angle C down here. So remember the first thing. Draw a ray going out, compass point on C, okay? Draw the circle that intersects twice. I'm going to come over here, I'm going to draw the same circle. Make sure we're on. Let's see if this is moving on me as I do this, so let's switch. Oh, the dishwasher's done. All right. Okay, and it's hitting right there. If you have all these lines, go back and erase the ones you don't want. Okay. All right. So hitting right there. Now I'm going to draw a circle around this point with a radius between these two intersection points. Okay, same thing. This compass, my paper clip of doom, isn't going to make this work. So remember, we're putting the compass point on one of these 2 points. I usually try to, like, if this is down here, I'll use the point on the bottom. Okay, compass point's there. Draw my circle. Compass point over there. Okay, draw the same circle. Where these 2 circles meet, do a line through the intersection of the circles, and there's my angle. Okay. All I need to see is your compass marks and then the lines drawn, and you should be good. All right. Got one more page, we'll finish this up, and I'll post this online. So radicals. All right, we didn't go over these in class, but we'll break them down here, right? You got your calculator, okay? So if you break down 48 on your calculator, if you don't, you can break it down this way. 6 and 8, 2 and 3, 4 and 2, 2 and 2. So at the end of the tree, I have 4 2s and a 3. If you break out your calculator, say 2 to the 4th times 3. So you got your 2 4s, okay? And then your 3. Not any beneficial, really. But I got a pen. All right. So now we rewrite our radical, okay? So 4 2s, and then a 3. Remember, this is a square root, so we're looking for pairs. I pull out the 2 2s, so 2 times 2 with a radical 3 left over. And we got 4 radical 3. 3 radical 75. 75, remember, it breaks down. It should be 3 5s. So 25 and 5, and then 2 more 5s. So this is 3, and then 3 5s inside. We take a pair of 5s out, pull out the 5. We multiply the 5 and 3 to get 15, and then 15 radical 5 with the 5 left inside. Okay, we can't add these 2 things together, so you can't do 5 radical 15 or anything like that. We have to break the radical down. They have to be the same radicand, the same number inside. All right, and then we can add them together. Let's straighten that out there. So we have to break down the 12 first. So 12 is 6 times 2, and then 3 times 2. So I have these guys right here, 3 and 2 2s. So 3, a 3 and 2 2s inside, 2 radical 3. Pull out the 2s, so it becomes 2 times 3 outside, which is 6 radical 3, plus 2 radical 3. Same radicands, these are like radicals. We add the number outside, keep the radical the same, 8 radical 3. Okay, last one. 4 radical 3 is already simplified, we can't do anything with it. 2 radical 2 is already simplified, we can't do anything with it. We just did radical 12 over here, and it was 3 and 2 2s. So it's 2, a 3, and 2 2s. Pull the set of 2s out, so the 2 that's there, this should become 4. So 4 radical 3 plus 2 radical 2 minus 4 radical 3. The minus 4 radical 3 and the plus 4 radical 3 are going to cancel out, and I'm left with 2 radical 2 as my answer. Okay, factoring. So this is when you can use your diamond, if you remember doing that. Okay, we do A times C, or they multiply 2 on the top, which is the negative 40 here. And then the B term, what they add to is at the bottom. So 2 numbers that multiply to 40 and give you 6 would be 10 and 4. Here I need negative 40, so one of them has to be 40. The larger number is going to be positive to give me 6. And then I'm going to go ahead and break out my 2 parentheses. X squared is x and x. And I plug the 2 factors, 10 and negative 4, into here. Okay? Now remember, the whole time, the first thing you check for is the GCF. So here, there's nothing in common. However, here, there is something in common, that's a 2. So we have to factor out a GCF. Okay, remember, we're factoring, not solving. So I take a 2 out of everything, GCF in front, and then what do I get when I divide these, the 2 into each of these terms? 2 divided into 2x squared is x squared. 2 divided into 16x is just positive 8x. and 2 divided into negative 96 is negative 48. So whatever we do for the next step, there's always a 2 in front, okay? I know this is going to break down into their 2 parentheses, okay? It's got the 3 terms, and then we do the same thing. I need negative 48, and I need it to add to 8. So we can do a combination of things, but essentially we should end up with getting 12 and 4. Now if I do negative 12 and positive 4, this is going to be a negative 8. So I need to switch these signs to positive 12, negative 4 to get me positive 8 here. Now I know that the x squared is x and x, and then we have the plus 12 minus 4, and we're good to go. Okay? Last one down at the bottom, the 8x squared plus 10x minus 3. All right, so GCF, nothing in common. There's no letters, and 3 doesn't go into 8 or 10, so we're stuck. So this is going to be the hard, remember the easy diamond, hard box thing, right? So the number on the top, remember, is a times c. If you remember, that's ax squared plus bx plus c. So it's 8 times negative 3. That's negative 24. The b term's in the bottom, that's 10. So I'm looking for 2 numbers that multiply negative 24 and add to 10. Okay? Now be careful, you may want to choose 6 and 4, but in order to be 6 and 4, they both have to, one has to be positive, one has to be negative, and that won't give you 10. Okay? So what we should be looking for here is 12 and 2. All right? And here we want a positive 10, so this is going to be a minus 2. All right? If you tried 6 and 4 to get a negative 24, one of these has to be negative, either the 6 or the 4. When that happens, we're going to get a 2 as an answer, and it's either going to be negative 2 or positive 2, depending on which one you make here. So that's why we can't use, okay, 6 and 4 in there. So here comes the hard box. So we put the box up here. We always start with the first term is the first term in the expression, so 8x squared. The last box is filled with the last term, that's negative 3. We take these two numbers, we plug them in for these two boxes, except we make sure we're attaching an x onto them. So 12x and negative 2x. And then we do our GCFs going left to right, top to bottom, okay? And we're always making sure here, all right, that we're, whatever the sign of the leading term is, that's the sign of the factor we pull out. So 8x squared and 12x, there's a 4x that can come out. Negative 2x and negative 3, there's a 1, and that's negative because it starts negative in the 2x spot here, okay? 8x squared and 2x is 2x, and 12x and the minus 3 is positive because it starts out positive, and we can take a 3 out. So I'm left with my two factors, which should be, the first one is 4x minus 1, okay? And the second factor is this 2x plus 3. This really should be written like this, next to each other. All right, and we can check it. 4x times 2x is 8x squared, okay? Negative 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. And then if we do the inners, that's 12x. The outers is negative 2x, and that's where we get our 10x from. All right, guys, let me know if you have any other questions in the morning. Otherwise, have a good night, study up, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.